Hello everyone, it's me Jenny and it's time for another Jenny Likes Children's Books. Woo! Today, for this week's double episode type thing, I'm going to be talking about some of my fairy tale books. I've got a big pile in front of me, so I'm just going to try and work through them and then I'll split it in the middle to split between these two double episodes. So, my first one, which happens to be in my hand, is this. This is very, very recognisable to pretty much anyone. It is the Disney from film to book adaptation, and it is a very well-known fact, I guess, between me and my friends. I don't know whether or not the internet knows, but I wasn't allowed to watch The Little Mermaid as a kid. It was one of the few Disneys that I was kind of forbidden to watch because Ursula was too scary, and bless my mum, she got it right, because I would have been absolutely terrified of big, giant, scary-looking Ursula being big, giant and scary-looking. As a kid. I have since watched Little Mermaid. When I was 18, me and my twin sister and our friend decided to marathon all of the classic Disneys in order to have that knowledge before going to uni. So I have seen Little Mermaid, but I think I've only seen it maybe once, possibly twice. So I don't really hold any nostalgia to this book. It's well written-ish, it's well drawn-ish. It's, you know, in the Disney style. It's nothing incredibly special. The only reason why I'm keeping this is because it was gifted to me by a friend who signed the front, Rebecca, with my wonderful squiggly heart-shaped mess of a signature when I was whatever age that was, and that's the reason why I keep it. I don't actually hold any particular emotional attachment to this book, but I keep it because it has that friendship connection. Moving on, The Sleeping Beauty, which is illustrated by Antoni D'Agostini and retold by Jane Carruth. The thing about this is it's beautiful. Frankly, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous book. It has some incredible artwork all the way through, like the way that they use colour, like the fairy that saves the day and enchants the castle rides in on some dragons, and it's really very beautiful. The art style is distinctly, in hindsight, very 80s beauty. Like, if you look at her, she is wearing a bucket load of eyeshadow for apparently a person who's been sleeping forever. She looks like a Barbie. Genuinely, 100% she's a Barbie. But I love it for nostalgia. It's been read so many times, like the front page is missing. I don't know whether you can tell there. And a lot of the pages are sellotaped together. I do like that it throws in a couple of classic things, like each fairy gets given a beautiful place setting at the party, and there's one short, and that's one of the reasons why the fairy is so miffed. And I do like the last line, which was, "It is fortunate that I am wearing my most beautiful gown," whispered the princess as she walked to the chapel. The prince at her side. "Yes, yes, my darling," the prince whispered back. "And it says much for his loving understanding that he did not tell his future wife that her beautiful gown was at least 100 years out of fashion. So the happy pair were married, and the Sleeping Beauty won herself a noble and loving husband who took tender care of her for the rest of the days of her life." I love this book, but I don't think it's a good book for forming good life choices. When, like, the first person that you meet wakes you from a coma and then lies to you instantly. Not maybe the most productive relationship, but beautiful artwork. I love it. I'm keeping it. I might not show it to my kids because I don't approve of the relationship. The Beauty and the Beast. This is another one with absolutely gorgeous artwork throughout. Much, much more modern. I didn't get this until I was slightly too old for fairy stories, but it is gorgeous. It's just beautiful artwork all the way through. It's very set in a certain level of history. It's like late medieval, Tudorian style fashion. It's gorgeous. It's just beautiful work. The artwork is lovely. The story is pretty classic. I love the beast design. He looks like a really, really, really scary cat. And just generally it's a really pretty book and I like it and I'm keeping it, and I would, of all of the stories, Beauty and the Beast is one of the few ones that I actually approve of the fairy tale romance, because it is about the romantic relationship. It is not just about love at first sight, it's love at first understanding, and that's a really good message about relationships that I think children should learn about.